I have to bring this up. So early this morning, well, it wasn't early this morning, early this afternoon, because I slept late, but I took my dog to a park that we both enjoy. It's called Hickory Park, and it's in Bergen, New York. And we like it because, well, there used to be a library, like a hidden library in the park. They took that out for some unknown reason. But he likes it because there's tons and tons of squirrels there. And so I pull up, I'm in my car, I just went to Dunkin' Donuts. I'm finishing a cigarette that I was smoking, and I'm sending a text message at the same time. This lady's at the park, there's two ladies, adults, okay? They're in the playground area. Keep in mind, I'm not even out of my vehicle. I have not even placed a foot in the park, let alone in the driveway, okay? In the parking lot. I literally just pulled up. And so, they're in the playground area with their kids, and so this, they do their little twosome thing. And they come over, my head's down because I'm texting. And they're close to the fence line in the park. And the one lady, a blonde, go figure, right? She goes, "Smoking's not allowed in the park." And I said, "Gosh, I didn't see any signs to reflect that." "Oh, well, it's the law. You need to Google it and look it up." Okay, well, my first gut reaction was, I'm not even in the park, lady. But I practice self-control because there's more idiots out there than not. And I don't want to get into some altercation with some idiot, dumb blonde in front of a bunch of kids, okay? And plus, it's, I entered the parking lot with good feelings of walking my dog, but it was quickly minimized by her abrupt approach to me. So I was like, "Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I offended you." Because isn't that what it is? It has something more to do with you than it does anything else. So I quickly Googled it, as she said. And this is another hoochel that, I'm sorry, I don't think women should be, this is my personal view and opinion on things. I do not believe women should be allowed in positions of authority in decision making. Outside of maybe a small business setting, I think they flourish in areas of, I don't know, retail management, small operations type management. But when we're talking millions of people where lives depend on decisions they make, no way. They are not outfitted for those jobs, okay? Those are jobs that belong to men. I don't believe a woman should ever become a president, a governor, any level of decision making. Women do not have the wherewithal or the capacity to maintain and hold those positions. The decisions they make apply no logic whatsoever. So Hoochel did ban smoking in public parks, okay, for local state governments. But on one hand, she does that, but then she's fighting this, she's positioning the state for all this marijuana sales, okay? So on one hand, she wants everybody to smoke weed so that she can tax them for that. She's already taxing people that smoke cigarettes. The cost of the taxation on a pack of cigarettes it's unbelievable. The R&D, Okay, research and development and the manufacturing of a cigarette has been around for a long fucking time. And that completed process should have drove the prices of cigarettes down to, nickels on a pack. And where, if anybody who wants to smoke feels they need to smoke, because let's just face it, that I smoke because if I'm ever in a setting, because I know I will go the fuck off on people. And it's the only thing that tapers me down. When I have, one little idiot, like the idiot in the park, all it would have taken, thankfully, I just had a drag of my cigarette. And she's thankfully, she had some kids around her, because I'm not going to go off when there's little kids around. But my blood boils on just idiots. How far have we gone in the progress of intelligence? Zero. We're operating in a backwards mode. And I really wanted to say to that woman, did you enter the park using that walkway over there that's covered in the names of people that served in the military, and you're walking all over them? I got a problem with that. But I didn't. I said, I'm sorry I offended you. And I put my cigarette out and sat there for a minute festering like I want to fucking go off on this dumb oompa. Two of them, an oompa and a fucking loompa. Don't bring up health fucking shit with me, lady, when it's obvious you're eating fucking a million times more than what you should. Oompa and loompa. Like, if you can control your mouth, which you can't, you can control your eating, which you can't. So shut your fucking mouth. You can't apply logic. I'm sorry. Little Miss Hoochel has yet to find a way to control pollution, which is more harmful to everybody, all living things, including trees, than cigarette smoke is. I'm sorry, your little Miss Hoochel has not put two and two together that if she stopped friggin' cutting down forests, maybe we'd have more oxygen to breathe. Your little Miss Hoochel is a lunatic. She should have never been allowed in that position. She is a cookie-cutter version of Cuomo, rallying up all these lunatic laws. That's my opinion. I have the right to it. No woman should be allowed to hold any type of position where it involves putting two and two together, because they can't do it. They can't do it. They can't logically. I'm sure there are women out there that can, but they're far and few in between. Okay? No woman, in my opinion, should be allowed to hold a position of authority and decision-making that affects millions upon millions of people. It's like catastrophic fucking failure. They can't protect. They don't know how to. They get caught up on a popularity string. They can't logically put two laws together and say, well, wait a second. We have a law on this side and a law on this side, and we got, in the middle, we got something called a conflict. No, I'm not going to do that. She just signs off whatever anybody puts in front of her, because she doesn't think. And her job is not to make law, okay? There's lawmakers out there that do that. Her job is to govern the state.